Join the movement. Go all electric with Pure Electric.
Here we are at my passion project at the Tasman Ecovillage, Newbina, and the first thing you'll notice is we're in an eco-village and other houses are close by, which has numerous ecological benefits such as sharing and less use of resources, cooperation amongst neighbours, social contact without needing to drive, additional people so we can do local enterprises and get gardens happening, and have a shared common space further down the creek, which is maintained by our shared body corporate inputs. But as you'll see when we get inside, privacy is built in, so when you're in there you don't know anyone else is here. Some of the walls are built from light earth, which is stud walls, ordinary stud walls with straw and clay packed between them, left to dry, and then a render put on the outside. And on the external wall, that render is lime and sand, which is durable to the weather. And as you'll see, we've put in some sculptures. Here we are inside, and the first thing is what I referred to outside, and that is privacy. You can't see another neighbour, so we've got all the benefits of community while still having privacy. Very important in not just an eco-village, but in any place where, or any place really, but particularly where there's a high density or in the suburbs. And out here, that's the part of the shared common area, this beautiful area by the creek, and again, because it's shared, we have the lawns and maintenance person take care of that out of our body corporate fees. One of numerous beautiful ways to engage with it outside. One is the deck, and when the doors are closed, when the weather's cold, we can still experience the outside. Again, part of that sustainability is the delight factor, because people want to be here. We don't go out as much because it's such a delight to be here. And we connect with our environment. It's not just those practical things of less carbon, less chemicals, that sort of thing. It's something nurturing that encourages people to be here, not need to drive out for entertainment, not need to drive out to get more food or whatever, because we're just happy here. And here's more about that connection. Here's this beautiful window that connects us to the outside, and just on the other side of that wall is the other house. Now this window, we can see the stars at night, see the hill there in the distance and the sunshine at the moment. That's the northern window that lets in northern warmth, plenty of northern warmth. And speaking of warmth, here's the wood fire, which used about maybe 5 barrow loads of wood, less than a ton of wood last winter, equivalent of being here full time. I wasn't quite here full time, so the equivalent of being here full time, less than a ton. Wood split small. We don't need a big wood fire in here. There's the other side of the external wall. On the inside, the earthen walls have a sand and clay render with some wheat paste and cow poo to help it have a stronger bind and dust less. And here's another internal feature wall built of the same. Up there is a loft, there is the bedrooms. So this house has a small footprint, 77 square metres footprint, with a 22 square metre loft. Here's the loft, which can be used for a multitude of things. At the moment, not much. The place is currently being Airbnb'd, but up for sale, so it's not being used as my home at the moment. But this can be used for storage, as a child's bedroom, as a guest room, as a music room. The height has been set so that a tall person can sit at a desk here. It can be a sort of office studio or creative studio. All sorts of possibilities. Just a really fun space too, being this quirky, unusual spot. So again, part of sustainability, this added a lot of delight and practicality and beauty to the small footprint. Another factor that makes the small footprint work is what the architect called compression. So making us slow down as we go through into different rooms. So I go down these steps and through the doorways, makes this feel like a longer journey to get from the bedroom to and from the kitchen and living space. So it feels more private, even though in practice, it's not really any further. But if this was all on one level, the house would feel a lot less private in the rooms. It'd just feel like they're right there. But it feels like they're further away. So with the materials in the build, I'll tell you of the ones that have come from locally. So the clay came from the Tasman Peninsula here, the sand a bit further away from South Arm to get the sharp sand, and the lime in the external wall, that I don't think we have lime in Tasmania. There was about 6 bags all up. Cow poo from the local paddocks, and what else do we have there? We got straw, which came from the Tasmanian Midlands. We didn't have any local straw. The timber windows, so they were made by a Hobart-based joinery company, B&B Joinery. Beautiful windows and kitchen cabinetry using the natural materials. Part of the sustainability, there's questionable sustainability. What is the best with PVC in terms of the impact on taking the resource from the environment? I'm not claiming timber's the best. Tasmanian oak has its costs taking forests. Do we use PVC? Do we use aluminium? This is what I ended up using. One of the benefits of it, again, it brings that delight. We just sink into it feeling nature. I see people come into this house and they just relax and say, this place is amazing. I feel so relaxed in here. And just not want to leave. That's where the tour finishes. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed it.